Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Before we get started, got to give that praise to the Most High. Oh, man. Just getting off that plantation. Bringing y'all a new class today on just some information that we need. Gonna get into some of this. Y'all see the title. It says the other stranger in Hebrew. And man, I just was going over this because I just seen the subtlety of Esau when we was out there. They had a little apologetic crew come out there and try to bum rush, and the brother was throwing the word around gar. He was throwing that around all over the place, just trying to get this word out. Gar. Because the thing about it is they be attacking camps. They'll find a little something, and they'll come out there to see if you studied, see if you knew the word. They want to get you away from the scriptures, man. They want to get you away from the Bible. So they'll try to use the word, gar, and then they use these things. They don't even be knowing what it means. And man, I'm going to prove it to you today. That brother didn't know nothing he talking about. But I'm thinking about Captain Jerubbaal had put him to the test. He says, show me that the definition that you're using, or the word, show me the meaning of that word. He never showed us that meaning of the word. Because he was trying to use it. Gar as a stranger, gar as this other kind of stranger. When we know that not only is it two different guards, it's a variety of different guards, and the guards use the same way. But like Captain Benaniyah had told the guy, he was letting him know straight off the top that when you're using those words, stranger, what it is, to figure it out, you just go in the context of the Bible. The Bible gives itself its own definition of these words. Like they say, context clues to get the meaning. I've been learning that. I remember that from, man, that was like, what was that? I learned the word ravenous. That was a Call of the Wild. I think that was third grade. We had to read that book, third or fourth grade. The word ravenous, I didn't know what it mean, but I was reading around it, and I was like, oh, okay, I see what it mean. I understand what it mean, because it was talking about the wolves being hungry and all that stuff, and they had ate. So I'm looking at these other words I didn't know, so I looked around it, and I remember we was doing a class, and they was talking about context clues to get the meaning. And when I asked the teacher, what does this mean? She said, use the context clues to get the meaning. Meaning, like, they always using the word context. But they don't even try to stay in context. In fact, they try their best to get out of context. Because the only way you can try to go into Christianity is literally not be in context. That's the only way you can do Christianity. It don't work no other kind of way. It don't work according to what the scriptures say. It only works when you go out of context. It only works when you contradict. Christianity only works when you're doing the things that God say don't do. And that's the way it works. Other than that, like when y'all go back and check that video out, they just put the part 1 out. I don't know when they're coming with part 2, but y'all will see. Brother gonna go in on the Trinity, but one thing he didn't do was hear none of the stuff that they brought out. Not a little bit. Didn't want to hear it. I mean, the only way Christianity works is the Bible has to make no sense. And the way America is, you can just do what you want to do, how you want it, make it what you want it, change the word up. I'm big pen. I'm buying all this. That ain't what I thought what a pimp was. When I first heard about the word pimp, that wasn't about buying a woman, nothing. It was fact, it was taking everything from the woman. But not nowadays. They done changed the word. Now they got all kind of stuff. Just, they do what they want to do. That's what the English language is, a spell. We the only one use the word spelling. Because the English language is just that, a spell. They use these words like even the words that you think that you know. When you go to the black law dictionary, those same words that you thought you knew, that ain't what they talking about. They made this language like this for a reason. So they can trick the masses, trick the people, trick the Israelites. But like I said, I just want to get a little bit on this Hebrew about this word, these strangers, sojourners, aliens, and the things that, that be coming out. So y'all need to take some notes just in case y'all run across them, because they'll be trying to change that too. But let's read this right quick, because I want to read, this is out of the Apocrypha. When you go into the prologue of Ecclesiasticus, when you get towards the end of it, I'm going to show you what it says. Wherefore, let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to partners wherein we may seem to come to short of some words, which we have labored to interpret. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small differences when they are spoken in their own language. For in the 8th and 13th year coming into Egypt, when that's all I needed on that. But you're seeing when it goes to different translations, they try to get the best translation they get. Even if you're an expert Hebrew, if you're not an expert in English and you know English, but some words just don't really translate. So you try to fit the best thing that you can fit in those places, and try to get the best, the best translation you can come up with. But we're gonna start with one translation. Let's start with this first translation I want to get. The ger. Ger. That's ger. Ger. Not the ger, the gar. We'll get into those other names, but this one right here is, and it's spelled, and it's said like Gare, but it's spelled, Geyr, but ger, like stare. And that's and that'll be the Hebrew. If you go into the Strong, it'll be H1616. Sometimes y'all need to look up these words out of the Strong, man. If you study, man. I got it on my phone, and I can tell you I got another Strong, but this one here is a 21st century Strongs that I use sometimes to try to get a better meaning of some of the words in Hebrew. And then when I got one on my phone too, you can download the Hebrew Bible. The Strong's Concordance of the Hebrew Bible, where you can just hit the word and it'll show you in the Strong what the Hebrew word and how to say it, and give you a short definition of the meaning of what it's trying to come across. So, but this word ger is properly a guest, by implication a foreigner, alien, sojourner, stranger. Those are the words it uses. And it's also used with, we get to another H376, and it's also used with H582. And it's from the H1481. So that's when we're looking at that word now. And let's go, I want to go to first, let's go to Exodus 12 and 19. I got a lot to read. I'm going to run through this. So I'm not going to expound a whole lot on this stuff. I just want to get through it. So y'all, I ain't finna do part 2 next week. Exodus chapter 12 and verse 19. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel. Whether he be a stranger born in the land, whether he be a stranger born in the land. Now, that right there, you shall eat nothing leavened. In all habitations you shall eat unleavened bread. Now, when you're looking at the context right here, that's something that we had to do. What we have to do, three times in a year, all Israel must come back. Must come back to Israel. And then, like I said, so we know the Israelites had to do this feast. And it's the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Passover. The other nations have no reason to even think about the Passover. It don't benefit them to celebrate the Passover. You don't see no white people celebrating Juneteenth because it didn't benefit them. But we see our Negroes celebrating July 6th, 4th of July, though, and everything that don't benefit us at all. But same thing here. And it's letting you know, like it says, a stranger. It says properly a guest. Since the difference between a stranger that just pops up on you and you don't know who they are. But if I bring somebody from out of town, he's a stranger to Dallas. BOW came down here a month ago. They was a stranger to Dallas. It's unfamiliar to them. Things don't look like they are at the house. They're a stranger here. Even though they my people, even though they live in America, they're a stranger here. If I go to LA, I'm a stranger to LA. I gotta observe their customs, whatever they got going on. I gotta know where to put on the right colors, where I can't go, where I can go. You better start learning these cities like that. Mess around, shoot, come up missing. So you better start getting to learn these cities like that. It's the 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leaven, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel. Whether he be a stranger born in the land, ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all habitation shall ye eat unleavened bread. Because you got to understand, it was people born in from other places, born in Israel. I mean, in Jerusalem, in Israel. Y'all get that? Let's go to 48 in 48 through 50 in 12. In 12. And it says, and when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. Now, these strangers, when you are in our land, that's like when I come to America, if I'm finna go and visit America, I gotta go by American laws. I can't just do what I want to do. I can't do stuff like if I'm from Pakistan, where let's say they get to run around here carrying guns and shoot them in the air. I can't come to America and do that. I got to obey the laws of that land. Just like when strangers that live amongst us, they have to obey our laws. You in our land, and I don't even get how people even think that they, that anything else. It's simple to me. I guess that's when a stranger shall sojourn with thee and will keep thee. When he come as a guest and will keep thee, keep the Passover to the Lord. This stranger here, and that's one thing about it. See how I got all the definitions. And see the thing about it, you got to get the context of what it's talking about. Because when it's telling you about this stranger, because it also tells you what a stranger can't eat the Passover. And another stranger is from what? That's not born in this land. If I'm in Jerusalem, that means I'm a Jew from the tribe of Judah. If you come over here from Manasseh, if you come over here from Dan, if you come over here from Naphtali, those are different lands. Different tribes, different lands. You are a stranger here. We brethren, cousins and all that stuff, but you still are a stranger here. We have family reunions. We used to have family reunions in all different places across the country. But everywhere we went, if we wasn't from there, we was a stranger to that land. South Carolina, New York, Philadelphia, Louisiana. We were a stranger to that land. but I'm going to visit my people. Simple to us. Simple to us. And it says, one law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that is sojourning among you. Thus, that meaning, all that meaning is, the stranger that's around you, he got to obey our laws. He has to obey our laws. And there's some things that I can do according to the law that he cannot do according to the law. The same law, one law. But that law states that he can't eat this, but I can. Same law. It ain't two different laws. Same law. It's just that law, the one law say, I can do this. The stranger that comes among me, he can't do it. He cannot do it. They're just period. That's just how it is. Obey the law. That's all they want us to do. But boy, when it comes to these scriptures, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I know, because you're disobedient. You hate God. And that's what it is. But you love white supremacy. You love the white man and his laws. And he got the dumbest laws that don't work for us, the most unjust system in the world. The Exodus chapter 22, verse 21. Let's go there. Let's go there. And here we go. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. And they're still using H1616. This is that same one that's talking about. And you can see it's used in a variety of different ways. It's used in the way we had came about one stranger being of the land, another stranger that's a visitor, or another stranger of our nation. It's using it in a variety of ways. But the only way you're going to figure those things out is by what? Like Benaniyah had told the guy. You have to use the context to understand what stranger is talking about. Because it's a variety of different strangers. I mean, Hebrew, even trying to translate it, had a variety of different definitions of the word stranger. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different ways to say the word stranger. 9 different ways. So when you're looking at it, you have to read the context in order to figure out what stranger is this talking about. See, but in the Hebrew, the way you pronounced it, the way you said it, means something too. See, and that's the thing we don't got, because a lot of times we missing our language. Then we don't even know how like when we saying something, I could say the N word. What's up, my N word? See, that's to somebody I don't know or somebody I know. What's up, my N word? Now, if I come again, what's up, my N word? And that's what a lot of so-called white people don't understand. We can't just throw this word around like that, because I go over somebody I don't know. What's up, man? They line and shoot me. You ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? Because the way it was expressed, same word expressed totally different ways. Because we can express it one way, but when somebody else not of our people come express that same word, it's take on a whole totally different meaning, using the same word. Same thing in Hebrew, same thing in all languages. How you say it, how you express it, low voice, just chilling back voice, or excitement voice. Same words take on different characteristics on how it's said. And a lot of times they don't understand that, and they act like they get confused when they do the same thing in the English language. But when it comes to us and trying to go against this Bible, is what they really trying to do. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They just do whatever they can. No matter how they put it. You're right. Same word, no matter how they put it. And that's what they try to do. And we be looking right at it like, hold on, they just said he can eat it, but he can't. But they both strangers. So that means something. Because why can he eat it? I know y'all, I know how y'all eat a mice was. How come I can't get none? Because it ain't for you. That's one thing they do, boy. They get pissed when they can't get in, boy. That's sad, boy. That's why they mad right now. They mad because they can't get into these congregations. It's a few of them you can get into. You can go over there, go right over in now. You can go do what you got to do, but nah, you ain't getting in ours. I know that. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. And that word, and here we go again. We were strangers in the land of Egypt. So the fact of the matter is, it's telling us when people come visit us, we ain't supposed to oppress them. Now, when you living as a citizen, but see, everybody now, I know a lot of people, hey, but y'all be talking, we ain't in our land. We in their land. So don't be tripping on how we be going off on them, because that's what they talking about. They come to scoff, we gonna run you off. We gonna tear your butt up. God doing right. We ain't at home. Because if I was at home and we was back in Israel, you wouldn't even you wouldn't come up to an act like that. Allah forbid it. You ain't gonna be able to do that. You won't be able to do it. Let's go to 23 in the same book, 23 verse 9. We're just gonna go on down. Also, thou shalt not oppress a stranger, for ye know the heart of a stranger, seeing ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. And that's why we don't oppress the people that visit us, that come visit us. Why? Because we was also a stranger. We know how it feels to be a stranger in a strange place that's not ours. That's like when your friends come down. You know how you don't just you can see they kind of timid. Yeah, you got to be with them sometimes just to be like, yeah, man, come on. Oh, now you all right here. Because you remember how you was when you was in a strange place. I remember moving down to New Orleans for 4 months. That was weird, man. It was a whole different dynamic. I don't know how these people move. But I knew, and I used to always be thinking, I remember this little bitty dude came up to me. I asked him one question. Well, that little man went so hard on all I asked him where Burlington was. That man got in my face. Man, we robbed him. I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? All right, then, I appreciate it. I backed up. And in my head, I'm thinking, boy, I wish I was back in Dallas. Boy, I'd have slapped crap. I know how we move. But I don't know what's going on in New Orleans. All I hear what they talking about on a rap song. I don't want to get killed. Not asking about no Burlington. So I back up. I'm not trying to be hard. I'm not trying to be hard. Not here. I don't even know how the thing move. I don't know how I move. I'm a stranger to the land, man. I'm a stranger. So that's what we got going on here. And let's see. Finish this up. He said, in 6 years thou shalt sow thy land and shalt gather in the fruits thereof. But the 7th year thou shalt let it rest and lie still, that the poor of thy people may eat, and what they leave the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner thou shalt deal with thy vineyard and do with thy olive yard. 6 days shall thou do thy work, and on the 7th day thou shalt rest, that thine ox and thine ass may rest, and thy sons of thy handmaid and the strangers may be refreshed. Now, this is also talking about a stranger too, because you got to understand, when they had strangers, we had servants that were strangers. You couldn't work them. You had to let them rest on the Sabbath. Just like the cattle had to rest on the Sabbath. You can't even go out and work the ox, because you don't even want to put them to work on the Sabbath. So let's go to Leviticus chapter 16, verse 29. We're going to hit this one for a minute because it's used a lot. Leviticus chapter 16, verse 29. Chapter 16, verse 29. It's going to be a slow start. We'll build up as we go along. Stay with me. It said, and this shall be a statute forever unto you, that in the 7th month, on the 7th day of the month, you shall afflict your souls and do no work at all, whether it be one of your own countrymen or a stranger that sojourneth among you. Now, this stranger, using the same word, has just all of a sudden now, who is that? Because this is the Day of Atonement. Who was the atonement for? The nation of Israel. Because that's what this is talking about. This letter was given to the nation of Israel. He's not talking to everybody else. They going into their things, their ceremonials, their high holy days. So it's talking about the stranger, like when they coming in, they coming in from other places. You got Benjamites done fill up in here. You got some Manasseh done fill up in here. You got some Naphtali's done fill up, some Ashes done fill up in here. Some Ephraims done fill up in here. So that's a stranger that it's talking about. And y'all got to start seeing how it's talking about. You got to look at what is the context. Like I keep stressing, that was one of the best things Benaniyah told that dude. You got to use the context no matter what. They want to be talking about context, but then they refuse to get the context to get the word that it's talking about. They just want to make the word whatever they want to make it. That's all they want to do. They just want to make the word whatever they want to make it. And then they be trying to ignore the scriptures. No. I want it to mean that. So who cares what you want it to mean? Verse 30, for on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you and cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before the Lord. And that's what that was talking about right there. Before the Lord. It's talking about us. Us, baby. Let's go to 17 and verse 8. Just going down the line. And thou shalt say unto them, whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel or of the strangers which sojourn among you that offereth a burnt offering or sacrifice. That means another stranger that sojourneth among you. Because it says right here, whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel or of the stranger which sojourn among you. Because it was sins that were none to death. And if they sin and that they have to partake in, hey, you need to bring an offering too. You can bring an offering if you're in this land. Because we don't need this land defiled with their sins, just like we didn't need it defiled with our sins. This land is holy. It's separate. It's the Most High God's land. So, hey, and we're going to get there too, because we're a stranger in God's land. Israel, we're a stranger to that land because that wasn't ours. The Most High gave it to us. We'll get to it. And bring it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer it, this is verse 9, it unto the Lord. Even that man shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever man, therefore, and he said that they should be cut off from his people. So that don't mean that, hell, they'll be cut off from their people. They'll be put to death, if that's what it takes. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood. This is the laws of our land. I don't give a dang if you're an Edomite. You living here, you better not eat that with that blood all on it. I don't care how good that look. You finna get that thing cooked. I'll be dang if you eat raw anything around here. No, it ain't finna happen. I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood and will cut him off from among his people. He'll be cut off from among his people. That stranger. Now, I don't care if they came from Manasseh. I don't care if they came from Esau. That stranger is going to be cut off from his people. Put to death. Don't be doing that. You can't come to our country and do your way. That's the same thing they do anyway. Don't Edomites go to other country always messing with stuff, stealing, Didn't want to be all on the news. Somebody come get me out. Want America to trade for them, but you over there breaking their laws. Then you want, man, no. Sit your butt home. If you can't obey, and that's funny. You'll come home and you don't go to jail here. You obey this white man, but you won't go. You go to another country and won't obey them. Man, come on, man. I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood. That ain't what I needed, but that was a good one. I just throw that in there. But and y'all see right there that hey, that's how they do. That's exactly how they do. I'm gonna keep reading. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat the blood, neither shall any stranger that shall join it among you eat blood. And whatsoever man there be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that shall join among you, which hunteth and catcheth any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof and cover it with dust. Esau, yeah. You got to pour that blood out and cover it with dust. Go cook the son of a gun, man. You ain't just finna be taking a bite out of it. I got to eat the heart. That ain't our tradition. This your first dear kid will eat the heart. No, I'm good. Let's take it to the crib and cook it. I ain't finna eat this heart. I can tell you that. But that, bite it right out the thing. It tastes better when it's warm. No, it tastes better when it ain't in my mouth. That's what make it taste good. I'm not eating it. And whatsoever man therefore be children of Israel, or strangers that should join among you, which hunteth and catcheth any beast of the fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof and cover it with dust. For it is the life of the flesh, the blood is of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh, for the life of all flesh is the blood. Therefore whosoever eateth it shall be cut off. And in every soul that eateth that which died of itself, or that which was torn with beasts, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger, he shall both wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until evening. Then shall he be clean. But if he wash them not, nor bathe his flesh, then he shall bear his iniquity. He shall bear his sin. And that means if you in our land, yes, you wasn't under our laws, but you are now since you here. And you're going to bear your sin. You're going to take that back with you. You're going to take that home. And let's go to 19 verse 10. 19 and 10. Verse 19, verse 10. Leviticus still. And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shall thou gather every grape of the vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for poor and stranger. I am the Lord your God. Ye should not, oh man. I wanted to start there, but that's a good one right there. And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and the stranger. I am the Lord. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie to one another. And ye shall not swear by a name falsely, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Now, I wanted to get that because one thing I do want to get to, because when it's talking about these strangers, they can't, we're going to go into that too. They can't eat of the Passover. Why? Because they are unclean people. And I can tell you right now, just with this definition, if you look at this right here, let me ask y'all a question too. If you read this, he said, and thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and the stranger. I am the Lord your God. Ye shall not steal. Listen, ye shall not deal falsely, neither lie one to another, and ye shall shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shall not profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Who is that? Who is that would do such a thing? Who is that does these things today? Let's go to Jeremiah 49 because let's go to Jeremiah 49. Let's read this right quick. Jeremiah 49. And let's start at 8. Verse 8. Flee, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of the Africans, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. He said, hey, y'all better move back, you Hamites. Y'all better move back, because I'm finna bring judgment on them. And if you want to be with them, then you get with them. But I'm finna bring judgment on them. But he telling them to move back. For I will, he said, Dedan, for I will bring calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers come to thee, will they not leave some gleaning grapes? Because what did he tell us to do? When you go and gather your grapes out the vineyard, leave some down there because the poor might not have none. The poor want to eat. And strangers that might be coming through, they got something to eat. So you don't have to gather up everything. But what does this guy do? What does this one do? Remember this one, don't be stealing. Watch what this one do. For I will bring calamity on Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. Who is this thief? Takes everything. I can't even taste nothing because the Edomites done stole the taste out of my mouth. They take everything. I mean that when they come in your house and steal, boy, we be thinking, you know, black dude run up in there, he probably run right up out this mug with the TV and the PlayStation. I left everything else. Somebody come home when I know it's not coming in there, everything gone. Oh yeah, that was a white man who did that. Any other nation be coming in there looking for something to get, they looking for something specific to get. But not Esau, he ain't leaving nothing. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. Oh, man, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. His seed is spoiled, and his brother, his seed, his children, they are spoiled. No good. That stranger right there, man, you better not let him eat none of that. Don't let him in the congregation eat doing none of that. See, he got a whole different category for this stranger. And for you Edomites to be out there trying to come out there and teach, that Bible, man, just shut up, sit down. But don't worry, what he say he gonna do, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna uncover you. You ain't gonna be able to hide no more. You ain't gonna be able to hide yourself no more. You know, that's one thing they don't never come out there on, boy. They don't never come out there. Who is Esau? They never even come out there on that one. We get more blacks asked about that. Them apologetics, they don't even come with that. That's one thing. I watched a lot of videos with a lot of them messing with them. Seen a lot of debates. That's something, no, we don't want to go there. That's just like in America. Man, they done did a Bible story on everything in that Bible. Sam's everything in the Bible. But boy, you ain't seen not one movie, not no cartoon, nothing about the most villain in the Bible. In every movie, they got a villain and a hero. But boy, you mean to tell me y'all got this whole Bible, went through it, and let's ignore the villain? God's enemy, and this ain't even a fairy tale. This is true. But let's ignore that one because they hiding themselves. That alone should let you know who they are. That alone should let you know who they are. Let's go to Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Excuse me. Gotta lick these nasty fingers. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? He's talking strictly about Esau. And he's also, this is one of the strangers he's talking about. And it's using the same word that it was with the other one. Ger. But we're going to get into the other words that it's talking about him too. But what he really is, and we're going to look at that other word with him. I'm going to go through a little bit. So let's go to Sirach chapter 33 and verse 11. At your apocrypha. Your Bible should be stuck with that apocrypha. Should always be with it. You ain't got the complete book if you don't got that. That'll be Sirach chapter 33 verse 11. And it reads, In much knowledge the Lord had divided them and made their ways diverse. He made our ways diverse. He divided us. He never told us to be together, never told us to be with them. But they don't even want to hear that though. He never told us to be with them. But for some odd reason, we want to so bad. I don't know what the excitement for. I don't know what the excitement is. I remember as bad as the poor conditions I was in when I was a younger child, man. And all of us, it was 10 of us in a townhome. A 3-bedroom townhome, little room. One of my brothers had to live in the storage in the back. Man, we didn't have much. My daddy was the only one that worked, took care of all of us, double family. Man, and I remember literally saying, I'm glad I'm not white. As much as when I go to school, man, they had everything. Big, nice fur coats and all that stuff. Shoot, I wore the same pants like at least 3 times. I only had a couple of pairs. One of them I couldn't wear, those for church. So shoot, and I still never wanted to be them. I don't know, because I looked at them and I ain't gonna lie, it's like they white women, but when it came to the white boys, man, there was some nasty looking dudes. They just was something I didn't want to be. In much knowledge, the Lord had divided them and made their ways diverse. Our ways are totally different than them. Some of them had he blessed and exalted, and some of them has he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them had he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. As the clay is in the potter's hand to the fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liketh him best. Good is set against evil, life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. Everybody don't see the balance. Everything. Most High got a balance on everything. If he made with good people, he got a villain over here he made too. And I don't know how people don't see that. We can't all be the same, because he's telling you, I didn't make you same. I made you diverse and I separated y'all. Made you totally different. But, oh man. And it just get even better. It says, God, good is set against evil, life against death. So is godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are 2 and 2, one against another, one against another, one against another. I awaken up last of all as one that gathered after great gatherers. By the blessing of the Lord I profited, and filled my winepress like a gatherer of grapes. He said, he woke up and got the grapes. So he's letting you know these are poor. He had to wake up. He got the grapes that the grape gatherers left. But he had to go put in the work. He had to get up and go get it. See, a lot of times we want to sit down and manifest it. I'm going to manifest it. I remember that's all I used to hear when I was in church. Just manifest it, boy. You know what I mean? Mercedes I went by, would put my hand in the name of Jesus. I confess this car. Man, I ain't got not one Mercedes yet. And I'm putting $8,000 to $16,000 per year in that church, man. So I could have went ahead and bought me a Benz. I'm sitting up there in the name of Jesus, man. Didn't get nothing. Didn't get nothing, boy. I'm talking about shoes. It was easy winning the lottery than to sit up there expecting that Benz to just, and then I guess it was just supposed to roll up at my house, I guess. I guess that's what they be doing. Man, I'm a manifesting. Praise Jesus, praise Jesus. You can do all that you want. You can do all that shucking and jiving all you want, man. You is not getting it. You is not getting it. Then they go buy one. God bless me. Then they mad because about 6 months later, you behind on your payment, ain't paid no insurance, tax gone out. But God bless you. That'd be so crazy. I'm just making jokes, y'all. Let's go. Consider that I labor not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning. Hear me, O ye great men. That's all I needed on that. That's all I needed right there. That's all I needed. Let's go back to Leviticus chapter 25 and 23. Let me hurry up and get off of that one. H1616. Leviticus, because chapter 25, I'm gonna state this again so I know some of y'all came in late. We're just on this one word. We still on the one word. The first word we can pull about the stranger. That definition. That definition would be the Hebrew word H1616. The Hebrew word gayer, like stare, gayer. What did I call that? Leviticus chapter 24. No, 25. Leviticus chapter 25. And that's gayer. That's gayer, and the definition was that properly a guest, by implication a foreigner, alien, sojourner, stranger. So that was and that alone got many different strangers. And then, it goes to what? Stranger used 87 times. Sojourners used once. Stranger, it says sojourners used once. Stranger with H376 is used once. Stranger with H4480 is used once. Stranger with H582 is used one time. So a lot of times that's stranger is used as a stranger 87 times. Man, we done went through quite a few of them of what that stranger could be. And that just letting you know when they're going to come at you with that stranger, they don't understand when they're talking about it. A lot of times they don't understand. They'll try to get a word, read it in Hebrew, like that brother was saying. Gar. The goy, the gar. It's not even the gar, it's the ger. And we'll look at another word that sound like gar, the gor and the zor out of the Hebrew, which are still strangers, but it's said in a different way. What did I say? 25 verse 23? 25 verse 23. And it reads, the land should not be sold forever, for the land is mine. What is the land? Mine, the Most High's. For ye are strangers and sojourners with me. You are strangers and sojourners with me. Because even the land the Most High gave us, we strangers in that land. And that word is used like that as us being strangers in our land. That's how that word is also used. We strangers. Even when we go home, we strangers in that land. Definitely after we hadn't been there in a while, it's going to be a strange place. It's going to be, we strangers, we sojourners. We the ones that came over here. And even because the land, Moses said, it's his land anyway. Even when he gave it to us. And he said, and in all the land of your possession, you shall grant a redemption for the land. Grant a redemption. Grant for to be bought. So he's saying that land, hey, that land has to come back. It'll be ours when when Yahweh shall return us there. Because he's the redeemer for the land. That's how we even able to be able to go back to the land. Because Yahweh is the redeemer. He the one paid the price for us to get our land back. And for it to be cleansed before we even go back. Or when we get there, clean it up. Not him, but these other nations. He's the redeemer. I don't know if y'all caught that. In all the land of your possession, ye should grant a redemption for the land. If thy brother be waxing poor and has sold away some of his possession, and if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem that which his brother sold. We didn't steal it. We got kicked out. Worse than sold. We got it taken from us. But guess what? We got a brother, Yahweh Shai, to come back. He gave his life to redeem us back to that land, which we are foreigners to. We ain't even been there. And it wasn't ours. It was given to us as a possession, but it wasn't ours. It was the Most High's. Let's go to Psalms 39:12. Psalms chapter 39, verse 12. Hear my prayer, O Lord, and give ear unto my cry. Hold not thy peace at my tears, for I am a stranger with thee, and a sojourner, as all my fathers were. Talking about that land. We were strangers and a sojourner, as all our fathers were. That land it never been redeemed. He gave it to us for possession, to possess it. It's not yours. So when you get it, there will have to be a redeemer. Yahweh Shai was that redeemer. He was that redeemer. Psalms 119 and 19. Psalms 119 and 19. I am a stranger in the earth. Hide not thy commandments from me. My soul breaketh for the longing that it had unto thy judgments at all times. But what I'm getting at this time, I'm trying to show y'all that even that word I have used in different places, how it's the same word, and it is used in a variety of different ways. That's my point. That's the point I was trying to make. Now, let's go to Leviticus chapter 24, verse 22. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 22. Verse 22. You shall have one manner of law, as well as for the stranger, as for one of your own country, for I am the Lord your God. And that's also used there, meaning of the strangers, it's the same law. People from out of town, you can use that as people from out of town, people from other tribes that came in and visit, or people that's coming through, lodging there, because that's what another word is used for. So let's go. I want to read the next word. This one here is H4033. Magor. Magur, pronounced Magor. Magor. And the definition of that from the 1481 in the sense of lodging, a temporary abode, by extension a permanent residence, where a sojourner be a stranger. Where a sojourner be a stranger. Let's go to Genesis chapter 28, verse 4. Because was not Abraham a stranger in the land of Canaan, or in the land of Uz? 28 verse 4. And gave thee the blessing of Abraham to thee and to thy seed with thee, that thou mayest inherit the land wherein thou art a stranger, which God gave unto Abraham. Where it's going back to using like what the other word was used. Were we strangers? Excuse me, man. Like we strangers. But it's the same. It's H4033. These words, when you use these words, you got to use the context of what it's talking about, man. No, there's no other way around it. Even when they want to go to Hebrew, you still, when you learn the English, what you know, that's your best translation you can get. We can go to the Hebrew, look at the Hebrew, but it's still going to be what? We still got to get the context even of the Hebrew. See, if we was fluent in the Hebrew and how they spoke it back then, it would be to us naturally like a language to us. Even when we like, See, that could mean something. But in that language, that don't mean nothing. In this language, that means something. Because of the emphasis that they put on it. You can put emphasis on the same word, man, and make it have a different meaning. What's that rapper name? Little dark-skinned dude, Jada Kids. Where that ain't Jada Kid. And then, what's that, and then what? What's the name of that rapper, man? Somebody put that in the thing. But when he rapped, he would use the same word, but then make it a total in the same verse of it, and make it a totally different word, saying it one way and saying it again. And that was jamming too. I think it was not Jacob. And then Wood. Dang, what's that guy name? Boy. Had that scraggly voice. Man, what's his name? I'll think about it by the time I finish this class. But anyway. And this one here. We're going to go to another one. Another word for stranger in the Hebrew. This one is H236. Nakar. 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 Nekar. Nakar. That's how it's pronounced. And the definition of that is from 5234, foreign or concretely a foreigner. Heathendom, alien. This is a heathen. And that same word that we use, the other one, is also can be used as a heathen. So it's got a variety of different translations. And then the brother on that so-called snake was up there talking about gar. And Jerubbaal, when he told him, man, give me the definition of gar. Boy, he never stated it. Is that the same gar? Yeah, it depends on what context you're using. What context are you using to come out with that? What context are you using? And let's go to Exodus chapter 12, verse 43. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof. So It's letting you know it's two different kinds of strangers, more than two different kinds of strangers. Really, when this is talking about these kinds, it's actually just the two. Because it's telling this stranger he can't eat of the Passover. He can't eat of the Passover. And that's heathendom. This heathen can't eat over the Passover. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. Why? Every man's servant that he's bought for money. Because when some Israelites bought for money, that they had to pay that debt off, 7 years, didn't Jacob have to do that? 14 years he did. Because his father-in-law, his wicked butt. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. But see, the thing about it is, that's what you got to understand this. When I have servants and I got cattle, they are my possession. I'm one with them. It's like the Bible said, a wife is a man's possession. We are one. All of my cattle. That's what a woman got to understand too. When it's talking about men with multiple wives, how can they be one? I'm one with every piece of my property. All my cattle, we are one. That cow, we are one. Because all of it is my possession, my property. So I'm going to clean my property to be able to go and do the feast. They're going to get clean. They are my possession. We are one. But that foreigner, he's not none of mine. He's not none of ours. So he can't eat. Don't feed him nothing. Be like, gone, man. Gone. Get out of here. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 22, verse 24. Leviticus chapter 22, verse 24. Verse 24. Ye shall not offer unto the Lord that which is bruised, or crushed, or broken, or cut. Neither shall you make any offering therefore in your land. Neither from strangers' hand shall ye offer the bread of your God of any of these. You can't even take an offering from the hands of a stranger. The priest ain't gonna take it. They be like, man, hold on, move, man. Don't touch me with that. You nasty or you unclean. It's for the holy, but this is for the children, man. This is for the children. Neither stranger hand shall ye offer the bread of your God. Which is another sense, like when I said, I'm not, man, this bread ain't for y'all, this is for the children of Israel. I'm not going to feed this to the dogs. Same thing he was saying. Man, don't bring that up here, man. You don't get none of this. You don't get none of that. I don't even want your offering. You keep your bread. Y'all got defiled bread anyway, man. You don't know what you made that probably made that out of horse piss or something. We don't eat that bread. You can't make that, you can't bring that offering to our God. We know what we got to do with our God. And you not, that ain't what you got. You ain't got what you're supposed to have. He said the bread of because their corruption is in them, boy. Their corruption is in them. Man, don't bring nothing. Don't come here trying to, don't bring your offering because the priest can't take it because your corruption is in them and blemishes be in them. They should not be accepted. Man, they be bringing all them old broke leg calves, that mug right there, slew footed, that one bow legged. All that old stuff, man. No, man, we don't know. You can't bring none of that type of stuff, man. Don't even bring your stuff. You don't even know what's going on. And that's exactly what they be doing today. They don't know what's going on. It's like a WFI and they Kwame's always say, they don't know what's going on. And they don't, man. But they just want to be, y'all won't let me in. They get mad. That pride be on them. What y'all doing? Mad. And then what's so bad about it? They mad because we make the Bible make sense. And they make the Bible go against everything the Bible say don't do. That's how they operate. That's how they move. 31-16. Deuteronomy 31-16. And the Lord said unto Moses, behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and his people will rise up and go a-whoring after the gods of the strangers, them heathens. This is that one, H5236. This is that one, them heathen gods. Them heathen gods. Just like he was talking about them same heathens, y'all can't eat. Not at this. Not this. Y'all can't do it. But these servants, once I circumcise them, get them like they supposed to be up in my house, then they can, but not none of y'all. The mothers don't want to eat at your, man, they just want to come in and see what you got going on, see how you living, and then run back to work and tell about your butt. Tell all about yourself, man. Run right back to work. You be coming to work, but everybody looking at you, laughing and stuff. You be trying to figure out what's going on. Shoot, Esau done came back, boy, and told everybody about all kind of stuff. Yeah, I went in there. It'd be some stupid stuff too, boy. They juice it up. Make it worse than what it is. Let's go to Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 2. Nehemiah. Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 2. And the seed of Israel separated themselves from all strangers and stood and confessed their sins and in the iniquities of their fathers. He said, they, listen, I want y'all to get this. This the heathen is talking about too. And the seed of Israel separated themselves from all strangers and stood and confessed their sins and the iniquities of their fathers. They did this away from the rest of them, leaving them alone. So they separated themselves, got away from them. Man, we better go repent. Get away from these goddamn people. These people tearing us up, man. Ain't nothing good. These people ain't no good. Every time I'm around them, I'm sinning. Every time I sit down with them, I'm sinning. I need to leave these people alone, get away from them, and do this. Verse 30, the Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 30. Thus cleanse I them from all strangers, and appointed thee wards and priests and Levites, everyone in his business. Everyone in his business. But y'all say that these other nations can come in the congregation. That's the problem we had before. Messing with these other goddamn people, man. So I'm trying to tell you, take your butt to one of them white boy parties. You thought you was a drinker. You're going to be needing rehab on Monday. You can go check yourself in. Man, I'm a alcoholic and a drug addict. All I did, I just went to his house for a party. Came back, boy, you done drank more than you ever drank. You done took drugs, you don't even know the name of the drugs no more. Don't even know the name of the drugs. That's what they'll do to you, boy, how you throw it off, man, mess with these other nations. I wouldn't even, boy, no tell you, go part of one of them Africans and see what you come back at. Mess around and be sleepwalking around this mud. I'm threw a spell on your butt. You don't even know you've been a zombie. You don't even know who you are no more. I'm telling you, man. The Bible said, man, get away from them. Y'all better get away from them. Let's go to Deuteronomy 23 and 20. And this one right here, we're going to switch words too. Deuteronomy 23:20. 23 verse 20. And this word right here we're going to use too. We finna go to H. 5237. H 5237. Out of the Strong Concordance. Out of the Strong Concordance. And that word would be Nakriya. Nakriya. And that is spelled Nokriy. And this word is related to the 5236, the Nakar. And it's a non-relative, and listen, watch this, adulterous, different, alien, foreigner. See, this is an adulterous, different. See, it's one thing you got to understand. When it's talking about some of these strangers, boy, you can tell because these strangers it's talking about, I'm going to get to some more before I even open that up, before we even go into that right now. Right now, let's go to right here. 23. This is the different word that we use. H5237. Deuteronomy 23:20. And it reads, unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thy hand to in the land whither thou goest to possess it. Now, is when we get into the land, think about it, because still everybody's going to their own different land. So even then, when they come down, those will be strangers, but they'll be of our own nations. But these strangers, just talking about that, it says we can do usury on them. So you let a white man borrow $5, tell him he owe you $100 by Friday. And that's legal, according to the Most High. Usury. They do it to you. They doing it to you. Where do you think they got it from? Why do you think the goddamn Jewish people is running around here using everybody and their mama? They want to take parts of this out of the Torah, which they claim that they live by, but what they live by is the Kabbalah and the Talmud. They don't go by this Bible. They just use the thing that benefits them, that can make them rich. That's the part they take out of it. Then they run back to the Talmud where they hating everybody in the Bible. But they use these things like this. That's how they controlling everything right now. This damn devil, man. Let's go to Judges chapter 19, verse 12. Judges chapter 19, verse 12. Can't be 19. I don't know how I wrote it down. I'm not got time to try to go look that up. Now, we're going to go to another word. Let's do that. And this one right here will be H1481. Gore. Gore. Goor. Or actually, Gur. It's spelled Gur, but it's pronounced Gore, like Goor. And that one means turn aside from, lodging, quest, fear a strange place. Like when you're a stranger, you fear a strange place when you're in a new land. Like right now, if I took a trip over to Egypt or something, I'm a stranger in a fear. Like, man, what the heck you got going on over here? You know, when you go out of the country or something. So that's what that stranger's talking about. And that one right there, let's go to 2 Chronicles 15:9. Give you an example. 2 Chronicles 15:9. Second Chronicles 15, verse 9. Let's get there. And he gathered all of Judah and Benjamin, and the strangers with them out of where? Where? Where did these strangers come from? Out of Israel. Think about it. Look, he gathered all of Judah and Benjamin, and the strangers with them out of Ephraim and Manasseh, and out of Simeon, for they fell to him out of Israel in abundance when they saw that the Lord his God was with them. This is another way they use strangers. This is another way to use strangers. They don't use them in that way. In fact, they totally ignore this stranger. They totally ignore this stranger. They totally ignore the other definitions of stranger. Like I said, they try to get you to say they want to make up the word as they go along. They want it to fit their narrative and what it is. And what's the thing about what we want to do, we want to get just the right word out. Whether I be wrong or whether I be right, let's get the truth out of the matter. I don't get that. Why would you not want the truth? Even though it's right in their face. I don't want to hear that. No. When they come out with that part two, y'all watch how that dude talk when y'all already dealing with that. Not that brother, that damn devil about when y'all already finished with that brother, they gonna get to talking about what you call that, the Trinity doctrine. And he's gonna you're going to see that devil ignore everything he was saying. Boy, I tell you, if you talking about the people that make the Bible don't make sense, they make it sound like Yahweh need to be down in Lusteric down there at the crazy home. He run around there talking to himself, giving himself, yeah, I prayed unto me. I bless me. All these little phrases that don't make sense, man. And they try to bring that stuff to you like either I don't know what, it's just, either they want you to be just stupid. Maybe that's what they think. Maybe that's what they think. Maybe they just want us to be just these. What school you went to? They must thought we just don't understand nothing. I don't know, but it's crazy to me how they think. They must. I don't know. I thought they at least gave us some kind of credit. I at least thought that they know we at least made it to 5th grade in their school system to get their understanding that they can't get. That it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's go, where did I just finish up at? Yes, 2 Chronicles 15:9, did I just put that? Let's go ahead and finish that out. Manasseh and Simeon, yeah. And that's what, and let's go to, let's get this other word. One more word. Because we just did that one. That was what? Gore. G-O-O-R, ways to pronounce it. That's the pronunciation. G-U-R is the, when you spell it, that's not the Hebrew spelling, because the writing, that's a whole different thing. But this next one will be H2114. Now the other one was G-U-R. This one is Z-U-R. Zor. Zor. Now the dude said Gore. This is the Gore he's talking about. He was trying to make that something else. He was trying to make that something else. Now we got the next word, H2114, Zor, Z-U-R, lodging, foreigner, profane, commit adultery. Uh-oh. Same stranger, 2 different strangers just right here. Sound almost just like Gore and Zor. Now, let's go to Exodus 29:33. I'm going to hit a little few of them on this word right here. Exodus 29:33. And it reads, and they shall eat those things wherewith the atonement was made, to consecrate it, and to sanctify them. But a stranger shall not eat thereof, because they are holy. This stranger can't eat none of this stuff because it's coming for us. It's holy. So what is this stranger right here? He profane, adulterous, nasty. And there's another clue. I can tell you what, if it's one stranger this thing is talking about for sure, it's Esau, who always trying to come and get up in there, and them the same ones be arguing. Well, a stranger can come. What stranger? That you can't come. If anything we shall get out of this lesson today is, of all the nations, of all the people, he is not invited. Period. He's not invited. And we'll see that. We're going to see that. Not him. He's profane. He's profane. He commits adultery. In fact, let's go there. Hebrews 12:16. Let's just go there. I ain't no playing around with this. We know for a fact he can't touch it. We don't even want your stuff. We don't even want your offering. Well, what if one of us want to just do the commandment? Y'all can't. Y'all can't. Because some of the commandments require for you to touch it, and you nasty. So no, you cannot do none of this. Running all up in the Israelites' face when it's you out of all the nations, the main one. He's saying, hell no. Some of y'all gonna be trying to sneak him in, but see, he had. Hell no, the man's gonna be sitting there. Hell no, you can't. Man, you better go on, for you don't get in. 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. So it's that strange. This talking about is profane. So we know for a fact. He can't get in. Period. Of all the nations, he the main one. You, hell no. Better get on down the street, man. No. That'll be that one you be talking about, man, you better get away from this gate. I'll slap the living crap out of you. Man, let me get Nehemiah. This is probably the main one Nehemiah was talking about. Because you know them guys doing fake, what's name, that's all they do is be trying to get you for their money. Everything, and they was always coming to us. Oh yeah, these Negroes always trying to sell something to us. Let me finish that out first. 12:16. Did I finish it out? He said, lest there be any fornicator, profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright, and then tried to lie, turn right around. That's what he said. The liar was another stranger. What? He lied. He fit all the ones where it's talking about the stranger that's bad, the liar, profane. It's talking about him. You can wrap all them ones, the bad ones, put it on Esau. The good stranger, that's our nation. Then we got people that come through. They been cool. They ain't did nothing. Chinese man live down the street. I don't like him, but he ain't hurt me. But Esau, ever since he moved in next door, man, nigga done stole my electricity. Done put a hole in my house, sucked all my water up out my pipes. He ain't no good. Come in there, the dog crying, looking at the dog, take him to the vet, find out he done raped the dog. No good. No good. No. Let's go to Nehemiah chapter 13. I bet you this is the main one he was talking about right here. Nehemiah chapter 13, verse, I think it's 23. Let's go to 20. Yeah, let's go 25. Nehemiah 13. I bet you this the main. No. That ain't what I want. Oh yeah, 21. That's what I want. I bet you this the main one. Now Nehemiah, he just got out of jail, or he done came from out of the Persian Medes, out of captivity, coming back in. He's straightening everything out because and I look at it. This is how I be looking at it, because he just got the penitentiary. He come back. And he out now. He like, man, I ain't trying to go back. And y'all Negroes got these cats up in here on the Sabbath. They selling and stuff like that. He was straightening everybody out. Then y'all got all these strange women in here. He was kicking women out. He like, man, I'm not going back. Not for the stuff y'all doing now, man. Told the priests what to do. Told the guards what to do. Man, y'all better get on them gates. Priests better quit sitting up here taking sacrifices from these nasty son guns. Y'all tripping. I'm not going back. You know that cat don't want to go back to penitentiary, man. I'm not going back. So here he is right here. He tells them, say, man, look. Let's start at 20. So the merchants and the sellers of all kinds were lodged without the Jerusalem once or twice. And now, because he done kicked them out. And he told them, shut them gates, man. So now, here they come. You know, that's all they do. Soon, you know how it's Friday here. Paycheck. All the commercials on for you. You be riding back from work, ain't thinking about a goddamn Burger King sandwich. But boy, that song, commercials come on, you just pull over. I got paid today. That's what they do to us. Advertise right at the time we ain't supposed to be out there doing it. So he mad. So now he's sitting up there. He says, so the merchants and the sellers, all kind, were lodged out the gate because he made them shut the gate until the Sabbath was over. So now here they are chilling outside. I'm going to wait till the gate open. Who is that? Who is that can't wait for you to spend your money? Can't wait. Give a check to you and be having a hand right here. Here, giving you this. Here you go. Thank you. Who is this? This profane son of a gun. This what I think the main ones at the gate. This other nations there, but I think they were the main ones. Boy, got all they little fake jewelry. All kind of stuff. We just buying all kind of, doing this when we had money, we got something at this time. We just got all our money back from the perk. Oh boy, they splurging like a some gun. They done got a reparation check. Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall? If you do so, I'll lay these hands on you. Who say that? What nation of people say that? I'll lay these hands on you. Man, Nehemiah was a big old, had to be one swollen. He's just all up in Persia, just lifting stuff. 2 stones on the side of a stick. That nigga lifting. Well, he big in the mud, because what he did, coming back regulating like he did, he couldn't have been no little dude. He had to be somebody. He can't just go grab a nigga by the head and talking about get rid of this woman. And the man don't turn around and fight him. Shoot, man, Nehemiah wasn't playing, wasn't joking. And I bet he was telling these Edomites, man, you better get out in front of this gate and I'll put these hands on you. I can see them grabbing their stuff, walking back. And they got them here the Chinese late. They coming all up there and they telling them, man, I wouldn't even go there. Why? Man, Nehemiah out, man. He talking about he gonna put them hands on them. And I can see them just turn around with their stuff. Dang, when can we go back? When the sun go down. Oh shoot, all right. Got to stop at another city, wait for the sun to come down to come in now. I just wanted to get there, just kind of thought about it. Let's go to Exodus chapter 30 and verse 32. Exodus chapter 30, verse 32. I get fired up sometimes, these scriptures, man. They just, I don't know how y'all read them sometimes, but they get me excited. Then you reading the story, I say, like I tell y'all, boy, ain't no movie like this movie, boy. And what's so bad about it, you can watch it again and again and again, and it gets better every time. What does that say? Birthright for a place of raw meat. Yep. And it gets better every time you watched it. I mean, you can watch one over and over and never get tired. You know how the movie sometimes, I watch some movies I never want to see again. Even though it was good, I already seen it. But this movie, I can go over it again and again. That's verse 30, chapter 30, verse 32. Let's get it. Upon man's flesh shall it not be poured, neither shall ye make any other like it after the composition of it. It is holy, and it shall be holy unto you. Whosoever compounded any like it, or whosoever put it any of it upon a stranger. Look, this stuff here we finna make, don't put it on those strangers. And it's not talking about the stranger, it's talking about this damn heathen. This perverted person. This adulteress. This profane one. This Hebrew 12 and 16 dude. That want to come all the time and we gonna go show these. No, you ain't finna go show these nothing. You finna get your butt cut up. You thought you was red when you came up here. You'll be red when you really red when we finish with you. Because you ain't gonna be nothing but bloody. Cut up. Verse 33. Whosoever compounded any like it, or whosoever put any of it upon a stranger, shall even be cut off from his people. You can't put it, don't put it. And then look, this 31. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, this shall be an holy anointing oil unto me throughout your generations. This is what this is talking about. You better not pour that on Esau here. You're going to be cut off. This kind of stuff can't be touched with him. Here they all, put some on me. Man, you crazy. Put some oil on top of his head, some oil, not anointing oil. Some 10W30 or something. With the 175,000 miles on the oil on top of his head. Tar and feathers. Hey, that's what he need. Don't anoint it. Don't anoint it with our anointment, man. Don't go in there and be thinking you gonna bless that man. No. Don't be nice to him when they come trying to come at you in them scriptures. I'm not finna give you anointing. I'm finna give you this curse that's finna come upon you. That's what you finna get. That's what you gonna get. You know what he tells you? The Most High say, not that heathen, not that profane son of a gun. I didn't say it. It's telling. Let's go. Let me show you something. Because look, and I'm going to tell you how it can't be around you. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Because who is anointed? Who holy? Didn't he say this oil holy? This anointing oil holy. Who else holy? Who else is holy? Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. He said, a holy people unto the Lord thy God. You holy. Don't put no Esau on you, man. Y'all better get that Esau off of you, man. And don't you put your Esau, put your holiness on that Esau. You're gonna be cut off from your people. Gonna be cut off from your people. That's what's gonna go down. I'm trying to tell you. Like David Owen saying, I'm trying to told you. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 22 and verse 10. Verse 10. Verse 10. 22 verse 10. And it reads, there shall no stranger eat of the holy thing, none. A sojourner of the priest or an hired servant shall not eat of the holy thing. A sojourner, even a guest the priest done brought in. Because that sojourner right there will be H8453. H8453. That sojourner. That is Toshab. Toshab. That's Toshab. That sojourner, a dweller, not a native. Temporary inmate, foreigner. So we ain't talking about no Israelites on that. We talking about them other people. And in the English there, we still using what? Stranger. But it done hit all kind of different ways. But they don't want to see that like that at all. All they want to do is put themselves in the good side of strangers. And you can't do that. You got to be who you are. You can't just come in and just change the script. You can't just come in and change the script. Now, I want my character. No, nigga, you better read that piece of paper and then say your line and shut up. That's what you need to do. Now they always trying to control stuff, want to control you and everything else. But if the priest buy any soul with his money, he shall eat of it. And he that is born in his house, they shall eat of it. So his servants here that he bought with his money, he said they shall eat of it. What servants are these? It just said the other servants can't eat. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to anybody. Those servants can't eat. Those people right there, those servants right there, they not of Israel. But these servants that he bought with, they of Israel, they can eat. Make that make sense. What y'all be saying. Mad at us for making sense. Them niggas over there making sense, man. Got that banana all in their mouth. I don't like that shit. I don't like that. Mad than the mother, man, we make sense. That's the crazy thing. I hate you. Why? You make sense. See how that don't make sense? But if the priest's daughter be a widow or divorced or have no child and is returned, whoa, watch this. But if the priest's daughter be a widow or divorced, listen, and have no child, meaning if she went and married somebody from another nation, don't be bringing that little old white boy up in this house. My daddy used to say that all the time. Don't be bringing no white babies up in here. Don't bring them. So all you women that think you finna go out and go get with the mother nations and come back, what he really said, you shouldn't even have sex with that son of a gun. You better not go procreate and be bringing that thing back up in this house. It's not a man that said the seed. You let somebody else put the seed in you. Don't bring that thing back up in him. Don't bring that thing. It's like my daughter. Well, if my daughter come back with another, don't bring that thing over here. I'm not the grandpappy of that one. No, I'm not the grandpappy. Somebody else is the grandpappy of that thing. I'm not. I'm barely hanging on to this half breed I got now, but he an Israelite, baby, because it's my son's child. He done messed with this old dirty ass white girl. Excuse my language, but man, got me fired up. Excuse me, man. I'm sorry. I just thought about it. I love my grandson. But man, the situation they put that little boy in. But if the priest's daughter be a widow or divorced and have no child and is returned unto his father's house as in her youth, she shall eat of her father's meat, but there shall no stranger eat thereof. So if she returned, coming back, and she come all in there with her husband all in there, that Negro can't eat here. Excuse my language, ain't no Negro. That Edomite cannot eat in here. Bruce Lee can't eat in here. Wagamasaki can't eat in here. Talib can't eat in here. He can, man, you better get your butt up out this house, man. Tell him to go to the park or something until we finish. And take that little nasty kid with you too. We don't want now him neither. That mug ain't Israel. You done went and defied. And see, she got to come back without no children. Meaning she can't have no sex. She's really saying, if you did leave, you better not have sex over there. You better not have sex. That's the stranger he's talking about. No. That's what the Most High is firm with that. But we want to ignore it like a son gun. They want to ignore it like a son gun. Let's go to Numbers chapter 3, verse 38. Numbers chapter 3, verse 38. Numbers chapter 3, verse 38. But those that encamp before the tabernacle toward the east, even before the tabernacle of the congregation eastward, shall be Moses and Aaron and his sons, keeping the charge of the sanctuary for the charge of the children of Israel. And the stranger that cometh near shall be put to death. So what you think them angels gonna be doing on the outside the 12 gates? When y'all up there talking about y'all spiritual Israelites and don't finna try to slip in one of these gates. Man, y'all gotta be crazy. You out your mind, Negro. Y'all couldn't go in the tabernacle at that time. You think you finna come in? Oh, boy. Man, you gotta be out your goddamn rabbit butt mind. Let's go to Job chapter 19. Job chapter 19. See, they don't want to talk about this stranger. They never want to talk about this one. They just like ignore it. Now but you can't tell that. But the thing is, you try to ask them, what stranger is this? Oh, they act like they don't see him then. I don't know that I ain't never heard of that stranger. Job chapter 19, verse 15. They that dwell in mine house and my maids count me for a stranger. I am an alien in thy sight. I called my servant and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth. Now, he is giving a comparison to this same kind of stranger. I'm getting treated like this in my house. Like my servant don't even answer me. This is stranger, he's comparing us to that kind of stranger. They treating him like he's white man or something in his own house. Like he profane. Like something wrong with him. Like he committed adultery. That's what he's comparing it to, himself to, and what's going on with him and his peoples. Let's go to Psalms 54 and 3. Psalms 54, 3. Psalm chapter 54 and verse 3. And it reads, for strangers are risen up against me, and oppressors seek after my soul. They have not set God before them. Selah. Who is our oppressors? And this is the stranger that they've been talking about. The one that can't eat. The one that don't put the anointing oil on his head. The one that your daughter better not go out there and be bringing no baby back. Them kind. Who oppresses? The stranger risen up against me. Who's against us? See, that's what they don't really want to get into, that stranger, why they want to bring it up. That stranger, that is you. Esau, the ones always trying, and then and some of you other Negroes, that strangers with them, because y'all believe the Christianity with them. He said treat them as a heathen after that. Said treat them like a heathen. Because they don't give a dang about you. They love them so much. Let's go to Psalms, go to 69 and 8. Psalms chapter 69, verse 8. I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. For the zeal of thine house had eaten me up, and the reproaches of them that reproach thee are falling upon me. This is because he is saying, I done became like that to them because of the way I treated them. Read verse 7. Because for thy sake I have borne reproach. Shame hath covered my face. I have become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. I've done that for the crap I done did. Now you can look at me like that damn white man, because I'm nasty as he is. I'm just as bad as he is because of my attitude. That's what I done created. You might be a stranger, but don't become this stranger right here, man. Don't come to where you got to compare yourself to this stranger, man. Because this stranger, that one that just talking about, don't eat, this Esau, don't be that stranger. Don't be it. Don't be it. Let's go to Isaiah 1 and 17. 1 and 7, Salaki. And then we're going to get another word after this one. And then we got two more. So ain't nothing but a couple more of us now. Hold on. We almost done. No, I got distracted. I'm sorry. I was looking at the comment down there. I was trying to see what the brother was trying to say. Verse 7. Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devoured it in your presence. Who did that? Who did it? Just that nasty, profane stranger is talking about right here. Who made our land desolate? The same one talking about, nah, that stranger right there, we the other, nah, you this stranger. Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devoured in your presence. And it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. It's overthrown by strangers. That's the stranger. And who else over there? Them Arabs, same strangers, no good. They ain't no good to us. Don't give a dang. They stole our parts, all our religion, made their own religion. Talking about, yeah, this the real. Man, you read that goddamn Quran, that mug look like somebody just went through the Bible and tried to change some stuff. It's the craziest thing you ever seen. And they can't see that. The minute I started reading that, I could see, man, hold on, look like somebody read this from somebody else. Before I found out it means recite. Both of them strangers. No good for nothing. They don't mean us no good. None. None. Give a dang about us, man. They don't care. Now we're going to go on to another. This one right here is the sojourner. It's H8453. We went over it already. Tashab. That's the same one, so you don't have to write it again. Dweller, not native, temporary inmate, foreigner. Now let's go to Leviticus chapter 25, verse 47. I'm just going to give y'all one on this one, and we're going to go to one more and finish this out. Leviticus 25, verse 47. 25, verse 47. Okay, it's short. And if a sojourner or strange wax rich by thee, and thy brother that dwelleth by him wax poor, and sell himself unto the stranger or sojourner by thee. That stranger or sojourner by thee. And now if that's all that's saying is, man, I'm behind in debt. He sell himself for some service to the stranger. And sell himself unto a stranger or sojourner by thee, or the stock, or the stranger's family. After that he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brethren may redeem him. Who is we sold to? These other strangers. Who is our Redeemer? Who paid the price and bought us back? Yahweh. All these things go straight together, man. See, they make it so confusing. They just pull this over there. Yeah. Oh, boy. Your precept upon precept don't work. What you mean it don't work? That's how you read it. That's how you read it. He said, thou shalt not adore an Edomite. See, brother, that's a whole nother class. Dine-In. You got the right name, too. Damien. That's a whole nother class, man. You don't understand that. Boy, I tell you, boy, it's always somebody in the crowd that, oh, boy. Do not abhor an Edomite. But then David hated him, didn't he? He even asked God the question. But nowhere else did God come back and say, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Yeah, you need to understand. Call us another time. Call the number, and we'll get to you. But I'm not doing that tonight. I'm not doing that tonight. You come in at the end of this, boy, you done heard so much of that talking about that white man. I ain't talking about him. The Most High talked about it. The Bible talk about it. The Bible talk. We'll sit down. We'll love to debate, love to teach it. Whatever you like, we'll take it, Damien. Damien! Let's finish reading this. And if the sojourner or strange wax rich by thee, and thy brother that dwelleth by him wax poor, and sell himself unto a stranger or sojourner by thee, or to the stock of the stranger's family, after that he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brethren may redeem him. Either his uncle or either his uncle's son may redeem him, or any that is nigh or of kin unto him, of his family may redeem him, or if he be able, he may redeem himself. If he made enough money and sat it on the side, he can redeem himself. But who became my redeemer? Yahweh Shah. Now let's go to this last one. H376. H376. Ish. Ish. That's how you pronounce it. IYSH. Ish. EESEH is how you the pronunciation. A man as individual or a male person, frequently not expressed in translation. It says frequently not expressed in translation, but it's funny because the word is in the Bible 1,639 times in 1,432 verses. But it's not really expressed, meaning you got to use the context to get this understanding of what it's talking about. And I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 17 and 15. And I want y'all to write that down as a law too, because I'm going to give you the law, but I'm going to go one more scripture. But that is going to be my law for today. Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Because some of y'all think that y'all out there, y'all getting away with something. I know. Sliding right over there to that voting, that voting booth down there marching. Talking about, I'm voting rights. I don't vote. I don't care about this country. I can't wait till it fall down. And it's getting close. Y'all tripping. That's something we're going to go over too. Might do that on the Sabbath. It's getting close, y'all. That money you think you done saved, oh boy. Oh boy, they're about ready to come out with that new currency. They're supposed to be doing that this month too. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Deuteronomy 17 and verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren. Thou shalt thy set king over thee. Thou mayest not. Let me repeat that. Thou mayest not Joe Biden, not Donald Trump, not Kamala Harris, not Mike Pence, none of them over us. We shouldn't be voting for none of them over us. I didn't say it. He said it. Thou shalt not. No, thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Obama was not our brother, but I remember that. That was right before I got in the truth, boy. I remember that, boy. I was voting. Yeah, we finna get one. Yes, we finna get one. And find out this most spear chunking ass man. Ain't even our brother. Ain't even our brother. Let's go to Samuel 1 and 13. These just a couple examples how this word is used. 1 Samuel 1 and 13. 1 and 13. Now Hannah, she spake in her heart, only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore Eli thought she had been drunken. And Eli said unto her, how long wilt thou be drunken? Oh no, I'm sorry, Salaki. I think that's 2 Samuel. I didn't even put a number on there. Oh, yeah. 2 Samuel, I'm sorry, Salaki. 2 Samuel 1 and 13. And David said unto the young man that told him, whence art thou? And he answered, I am the son of a stranger, an Amalekite. And David said unto him, how was thou not afraid to stretch forth thine hand to destroy the Lord's anointed? And that man came lying and everything. And it's funny because this Edomite know he was a stranger. He thought he was going to get on David's good side by going and lying to him. David killed his butt anyway. All praises. All praises. Bust him up. Lying. Yeah, I had wound up getting, okay, did you? Where you from? Oh, man, I'm Jewish. Jewish. And David was like, Jewish you hadn't said that to me. Jewish you hadn't lied, Esau. Now I'm on key. Now I got a key. And like I said, that's going to be my last one. But look, we're going to go to, let me go there and get it again. Deuteronomy 17:15. That's going to be the law for today. That's going to be the law I'm going to leave you with. Some of you should have been already known that. But if you didn't know, don't go vote no more. Forget this system, man. Y'all voting for, hey, mess around, your vote might make things change and get better. I don't want that. Vote 17 verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shall thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Hey, man, y'all make sure y'all tune in next week to Burnt Toast Tuesday, man. I'm going to give y'all another subject. We're going to go through something. I don't know. Maybe I'll get the topic from the streets like I did this week, man. But, hey, y'all keep studying, man. You know, hey, go into this Bible yourself. Don't rely on us to be giving it to you all the time. But at the same time, go study for yourself, man. Look this stuff up. Make sure y'all push that like button and make sure y'all share this content. I'm sorry, some people probably don't like the way I talk. You know, hey, this is me. I can't stop being me. I tried, but I wasn't able to do it. So, but look, I enjoy bringing y'all these lessons, man. But make sure y'all tune into the other videos. We got something coming out. Somebody got a video on every week. So make sure y'all go ahead and go to that subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all share this to y'all other people, to some of the stuff that y'all need to get across that you can't tell your people yourself. Put the video on for them and walk out the room and let the video let it go through them. Toss a Bible to them. And then so they can go ahead and get this word. And on that note, like I said, hey, shalom on this Burnt Toast Tuesday. Shalom.